Welcome back to this week's episode of the Spitters podcast and our little subsection podcast known as The Art of Cinema. This week, all about a not even young man, a fantastic filmmaker who has a film coming out soon called Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. But we are, of course, talking about Mr. Quentin Tarantino.
Fan favourite, personally.
Joined this week by a young Callum McCartney.
Hi guys, thanks for having me back, Adam.
We thought we'd bring in an expert.
Oh yes.
And I also brought you on as well.
Yeah, it's good. Two experts in one person.
To talk about Mr. Tarantino's work.
Yeah.
Now, Quentin Tarantino, American-based
Very much
filmmaker.
Very much.
But his movie genres span from Western to Japanese-inspired martial arts movies to crime thrillers. Especially
ones based around crime. Fair point. I was trying to think there, because would you count... I'm trying to think of how to word it now. I'm going to draw a blank here. A movie... Okay, because look, you've got the Japanese sort of inspired, you've got Westerns. What would you even call a movie like Reservoir?
Because it's not even a caper.
It's not. It's like a heist gone wrong.
A hard-boiled crime movie.
Yeah.
It's
based very much centrally in a metropolitan kind of area.
Yeah.
You know, it's like... I think it's one of the good starting points is, and it's probably helped with the budget of it, because his first major movie.
Yeah.
We had to make it known that it was in a very, central to a city or somewhere big.
Mm-hmm.
That's why there's a big heist. I mean, there's not much you can do with. I don't know what the budget was in that, but it was his first major movie. I can only assume it wasn't much.
I know it's a couple of million, and it was helped a lot by Harvey Keitel,
who had a leading role in that.
Yeah, and he was also one of the producers on it. And he was very much a battering ram for Quentin Tarantino to get into the industry.
Yeah, and boy did he not fucking let go of that. But I mean, there's a way I'm trying to word it, and it will sound good when I find the words for
it.
It's like, because you said American, and he is American based, but it's very much central to a lot of metropolitan areas. Nothing so, unless it's the spaghetti western ones that he's done, it's not so much in the country. It's very much in the cities kind of places, you know.
Well, he's very much a Hollywood filmmaker, not in the sense of he makes big budget action movies.
Yeah.
But in the same way he does. But the movies he makes are very much based upon movies that he enjoyed.
Because, I mean, that's one thing that we will talk about, is he takes a lot of inspiration from movies that he's watched.
Yeah.
Almost blatantly to the point where a claim could be made.
Yeah. They're a bit ripping off.
That's probably a nice way of putting it.
Well, especially when it comes to some of his titles. Because, like, there was a previous movie called Inglourious Bastards.
Yeah.
There was a previous movie series of Django movies.
I know. We'll get into all that. Just as we give our background to Quentin Tarantino, you have to let me know, what is it that you like about him before we get into it? What do you like about his movies?
I like that he features a lot of women's feet.
Now, let's get into that. That's okay. That's
me joking, of course. I'm not a weirdo like Quentin Tarantino.
Of course not. He's much into other things. So for this 4-hour-long podcast, about 2 hours is about feet, okay? No, I mean, let's be real. He does not make it subtle.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
I mean, a wee bit you could maybe see, but then you see Kill Bill 1.
Yeah, and the wiggle the big toe situation.
She's very much... that's the thing, I was discussing this with you earlier. She has to know. At this point, especially with the new one coming out, and if any of you have seen... In fact, no, we'll save it. We're on the topic of feet, should we bring it up?
Yeah.
The trailer? Okay, if you've seen the trailer for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I can't wait for personally. Can't wait. But there is a blatant scene of just... Who is it? Brad Pitt driving or Leo? Someone's driving. One of the two men is driving. And just this lovely, pretty little girl just has her feet on the dash, on the windscreen. I mean, it's at this point you have to wonder if you're a female actress and he's like, okay, just put your feet on the windshield.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, are you going to jack off to my feet later?
Well, we can go Reservoir Dogs, no feet.
It's all blokes. I think he's got a type.
Pulp Fiction, Uma's feet.
Uma's feet.
When she's walking into the house.
Yeah, definitely.
Jackie Brown, you see Jackie Brown's feet.
Yeah.
And also the Samuel Jackson's girlfriend who's played by Bridget Fonda,
God love
daughter of
Jane Fonda.
and Peter.
I'm Peter. Don't be a Peter.
She has her feet out the whole time. Kill Bill, like we mentioned.
Terribly noticeable. Like you couldn't. Like that's even if you didn't at first suspect it.
Yeah.
You get to that point, and you're like, I'm a little bit. I'm not feeling this.
Death Proof. The opening shots of that movie are Zoe Bell's feet on the dashboard of the car. Inglourious Bastards.
Yes, Dan Kruger.
Dan Kruger's feet.
Yep.
Django.
There is the odd shot of Kerry Washington, like when she's getting taken out of the hot box.
But I wouldn't really count that as much as because
that's more of a drama thing that they did. I'm trying to think. Is there anyone else?
Spitty McCall gets his feet.
Spitty McCall gets his feet blown off. No, fair enough. We can't really count Django. Hateful Eight though.
No feet because it's too cold to get your feet out in.
Yeah, it's freezing. I think OB gets his feet. But yes, as we said, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, they bring it back.
Feet heavy.
Feet heaven.
But let's move on because he's not just a director all about feet.
No.
But he probably wishes he was.
He wishes he was. If he was, if he wanted, and any other job for him, be a porn director, like.
Or a chiropodist.
Or I don't know what that word is, and I love it.
It's a person that works on feet.
Oh, there you go. Podiatrist, surely.
No.
What the fuck's a podiatrist then?
It's
someone who works on paws for feet. It's the Greek for feet. Podiatrist.
I know, but chiropodists are people that work on like ingrown toenails and stuff.
I don't think he wants that. He wants like a massagist. He doesn't want his own big. He doesn't want to fix Uma Thurman's big ingrown toenails. But no, you're right. He's not just about feet.
He's very much Scorsese inspired in the sense of his crime movies.
He loves a good crime. I'm pretty sure all of his movies have some degree of crime in them.
Yeah. He doesn't have any romantic comedies.
We'll say that. He definitely doesn't.
Apart from
True Romance.
Which he didn't direct.
But he wrote.
Yes.
Who did direct that?
Brian De Palma.
Did he actually take the piss?
Oh, he actually is.
Yeah, he did, because we had a bit of a spat earlier with Brian De Palma.
We were talking about Brian De Palma.
And we meant Oliver Stone. But...
Oh, no, wait, maybe it was Oliver Stone.
Based on a true story.
You look. I'll look it up. But...
You look it up. Let me do it. Give me that fucking shit.
Well, let's go back to feet. 2 seconds.
2 seconds, right? Foot fetish. It's not for me.
In From Dusk Till Dawn, which Quentin Tarantino stars as in an actor, Selma Hayek puts her feet in Quentin Tarantino's mouth.
Does she really?
And then pours champagne down her leg, and it goes into his mouth, and he drinks stuff.
Oh, he was loving that.
Oh,
then there was the scene in Little Nicky where he gives Patricia Arquette a foot job.
Oh, he rubs his nipples with Clint Howard.
Yeah. 2 floors up. Oh my god.
Hey, nipple guy.
But who directed him? Yeah.
Tony Scott.
Don't know him.
Rest in peace. Ridley's brother.
Oh, fair. God bless.
Yeah.
But
directed Man on Fire.
He directed a Girl Drowning, so. But no, his style is. I mean, I don't think he could do a movie that isn't crime based. To be honest.
No.
It's his way, you know.
Because even Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, even though the trailers make it seem as
like
if
it's about these actors and the stunt doubles, there is a very. I mean, do we dare talk about the trailer?
We'll talk about the trailer, but we'll not give any spoilers. But we will say that Charlie Manson, and the Manson family is
Sharon Tate, all that nonsense.
Pretty central in the plot.
But not even though they don't even do it to like the last 30 seconds of the trailer.
I know, but I think that's
that. I mean, I can tell. I at this point I can tell they are central.
Yeah.
But they don't show that in the trailer.
Yeah.
The trailer makes it seem like they're just a little side story.
Yeah.
You know, like for those of you who have watched it, you will notice that the main theme seems to be about what's the guy's name by the way? Do you remember? Like the Leo DC's Leonardo DiCaprio for the name. The name, like the character's name?
Dalton. Is it Rick Dalton?
Rick Dalton. They make it seem like it's all about him and the stunt double, who's
Brad Pitt,
who's somehow younger
than Brad Pitt.
But we'll not go into that. They make it seem like it's just about those. But then at the very end, I swear it's in the last like 40 seconds, 30 seconds, we see this harrowing portrayal of Charles Manson.
Yeah.
portrayed by
an actor who played Charles Manson in the Mindhunter Netflix show.
not that I've seen him.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but he is an expert in playing Charlie Manson.
Just he's got good skills behind it. He knows what he's doing.
He's like a young Matt Smith, they say.
Well, again, another week out, another week. But I don't know. What were we even talking about? We just going off point.
Well, the Tarantino crime.
Yes, I don't think he could do a movie that isn't based on crime.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. In saying that, he does it very well.
Yeah. He's an expert in it.
He is. I mean, fun story. Do you know about the story about his car on the set of Pulp Fiction?
Oh, that's the one where it was a Volkswagen Beetle and it came to life.
Yeah, it came to life and it started driving Lindsay Lohan around.
It was Justin Long.
Oh God, no. No, it was his car. It was the red Corvette, I think, that Winston Wolfe drives. Okay. It got stolen on set and was not recovered until about 20 years later.
That's really weird,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Someone was driving about and he's like, "That's my car." I swear to God.
Yeah.
But no, like the thing with Quentin is, he really can you seriously imagine like a rom-com?
No.
But that, see, in saying that, his filming style is crime inspired. He has it divided. Okay, this is what we're talking about. The inspiration from Scorsese. He also does it into chapters a lot of the time.
Yes.
And also another point, not quite like Scorsese, but also is like kind of Scorsese. It goes non-linear. He jumps back and forth. It kind of okay. Let's see. What's a good example? Well, Pulp Fiction is a good example. Like that movie is all over the place. Yeah. But that's also because it's telling different stories. Yeah. That's the thing about it, and that's the thing that he does with his movies. He does tell different stories. Usually based, I mean, it's always based around a crime set, you know. Mm-hmm. Like, let's look at Pulp Fiction. There is the general. Okay, I'm not going to spoil Pulp Fiction because if you haven't seen it by this point, what do you watch this podcast for? But the event in Pulp Fiction is stealing of the briefcase. Mm-hmm. You know, Ving Rhames' briefcase that, and then everyone's sort of like reacting to that scenario. Yeah, you know. That's the point. Really, it's everyone is reacting differently to these different events. Yeah, that's why it jumps back and forth. I mean, Bruce Willis, he's trying to survive with his I want blueberry pancakes. Marie from
France.
No, from fucking Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh. I can't remember her name.
Doris Roberts.
But I had the Pulp Fiction poster up on my wall for years. Like many a young man did.
Yeah, we all did.
Which featured Uma Thurman's feet.
Is that the one where she's on a bed?
Yes.
Yeah, I had that one too. Actually, I only recently just lost that one because it fell off my wall and I never got picked it up.
Fell into
Dog pissed everyone. But it's. I mean, you have to kind of agree here. Like, even if we look at Django, Django is based on. Now, Django is a bit of a weird one actually because it's not so much that he's breaking the law. He actually plays a bounty hunter in it. Yeah. And I'm jumping ahead here, but I'm just trying to prove a point. It still is based on a certain criminal event, i.e. slavery. Yes. You know, you look at Inglourious Bastards, we have the war, Holocaust, Jews, all that shit. Now you'll have to fill in because I ain't seen Jackie Brown.
Jackie Brown is about a con woman.
Is it really?
Pretty much, yeah. And Samuel Jackson is pretty much a con man. And the whole movie is about pretty much Jackie Brown trying to get away from Samuel Jackson's influence. She wants to she wants to steal money and just go off and live a life.
Yeah, she's trying to get away. Live a way out.
Yeah. And they both interact through a bail bondsman.
Played by
a young Arlie Ermy. I can't remember the
no, but if you'd see him, he's like Arlie Ermy, like in his day.
I can't remember the actor's name, but he does look like Arlie Ermy. Yeah. So yeah, it's based on crime.
Yeah,
as well.
Well, I mean, what comes after that? Then that's
Jackie Brown, Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. I mean, fuck me. There you go. Kill Bill. Fucking whole movie's based on crime.
Death Proof is probably. It's not really based on crime, but it's
more just it's Grindhouse.
It's a Grindhouse movie, but it's meant to be a horror movie because
it's trying to be.
Kurt Russell's stuntman is putting people in his car and crashing the car so they die and he survives. Yeah. He's getting off on the fact that he lives.
Oh, he loves it.
And they die. And The Hateful Eight is about a hangman.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's about the gang trying to. It's about what's her name?
Jodie.
No, you're thinking of. Oh no, it is. It's Jodie Domingue.
Yeah, Jodie Domingue.
Yeah, it's about her because she's a murderer and the events of the gang who really are trying to. Because I mean, if you think about again, no spoilers if you've not seen it.
Yeah.
Fuck you doing here?
Yeah.
Because the whole reason they're stuck in this cabin, why they are the hateful eight, is because the whole gang has like arranged it that way. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of the 8 are actually part of the gang? There's not Mads Mikkelsen, Michael Madsen,
Michael Madsen, Tim Roth,
Bob,
Mexican
Bob.
I can't remember who plays Bob.
Is that, and then of course Maria. What's the name of the dog? Jennifer Jason Leigh. So that's half of that.
And Channing Tatum.
He's not part of the hateful eight though.
But he gets killed.
But he's still in there. Fair enough. But as I said, like, his movies, they're very criminal based.
Yeah.
And he's not that that's a bad thing. That every movie he does is based on crime.
No. Because he's very good at it.
He's look where he is. He's only done what? This is technically he's done a couple of he's done a good few projects, but this is his official 9th movie.
Yes.
That he claims anyway.
He claims, even though it's technically his 10th
Technically
movie.
his 10th, but we'll say nothing. So, I mean, and it's not to say they're getting boring either.
No.
He takes a different way with it each time.
Yeah.
He doesn't just go with murder or drugs or, rape or something stupid like that. He always has a different twist, and there is always he's not quite M. Night Shyamalan with his twists.
No.
But there's like a nice, not even a twist. It's something like
It's portrayals.
The portrayals are great
within characters.
Speaking of characters,
yes,
let's talk about the recurring ones that he just loves to use.
Well, yeah, he has like recurring actors.
Sorry, not characters.
Throughout all his movies, so you have people like Samuel L. Jackson, who's probably been in most of his movies.
I'd say he's been in. I mean, let's count it down. Really,
Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Jackie Brown.
Yep.
Kill Bill.
He was in Kill Bill. He's in the first Kill Bill
as
the piano man in the church. I actually think it's the second Kill Bill.
Oh yeah, that's right. That is the second Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Death Proof he is not in.
He's in Inglourious Basterds.
He does the voiceover.
He does the narration, yeah.
Django, definitely.
Of course, Hateful Eight, yes.
Hateful Eight, and
is he? Have we got confirmation that he's not though?
We haven't got confirmation that he's not. It's not on IMDb or Wiki that he's not in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
But he very well still could be.
Yeah. Even as a voiceover.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
I wouldn't put it past him.
But so, like Samuel L. Jackson, he would be the one to know most about what Tarantino wants from a movie.
Yeah.
Which is good as well, because anytime, I mean, up until Django, he played not the protagonist, but like at least on the winning side, didn't he? Like the hero's kind of side.
He played the villain in Jackie Brown.
Well, fair enough. It was still early days though for him. But like I'm talking about like I mean, when I think Samuel Jackson, look at him, he was great in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I mean, for the major roles he's done, especially in Quentin Tarantino's line of work, for the most part he's played not heroic roles, but just like
on the
morally better.
He still plays criminals,
but especially in Pulp Fiction, he twists it.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, actually, technically thinking about it, between that and Django, he didn't really have many roles. Kill Bill, he played the piano man.
Yeah.
He just did a narration for Inglourious Basterds, but that's why Django was so good, because flipped completely. He played
Uncle Tom,
Big Steven.
Yeah.
Good friend Steven. And he was the antagonist for that.
Yeah.
And it was, and anyone, if you've seen it, which you fucking should have.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a cunt.
Yeah.
He is the worst thing about that movie for me. It's terrible to watch him.
He's the character that has the realization that Django knows.
He's the character that spoils he ruins the plan.
Yeah.
The plan was so close to going off without a hitch, and then he notices.
Yeah.
And then I love that scene. It's like, why is that scaring you?
Yeah.
Because you're scaring me.
Yeah.
Why? But he is the one that figures it out and ultimately ruins it. That's why King Schultz dies.
Yeah.
And then ultimately why Calvin Candy gets shot. Oh, Calvin!
Calvin!
He gets shot in the fucking floor.
Yeah.
But I mean,
we'll get to that when we get to Django.
We'll get to Django. We're just going through the brief overlay that is Tarantino for now.
Well, also actors you have. We'll fly through these. Harvey Keitel.
Classic.
Winston Wolfe.
Winston Wolfe, Mr. Which Mr. was he? Orange? He was white.
He was Mr. White.
Mr. White.
Tim Roth.
Oh,
Mr. Orange.
Mr. Orange. And Oswaldo Mowbray.
Yes, and
And his brother, Eli Roth, was in...
That's right.
was in Inglourious Basterds.
Michael Madsen, who is only good with Tarantino.
No, I'll say that, because I don't know what it is about him.
I think his personality as a person in real life is a dickhead.
I think he's a cunt.
He got big fame from Reservoir Dogs. Everybody was like, "Oh, Mr. Blonde." Like, he's very much that iconic scene where he cuts off a policeman's ear and dances till Steelers Wheels Stuck in the Middle of You.
Oh, which is song of it? Generation, I think.
But I think when it comes to other movies, he's like, well, I'm the main character in Reservoir Dogs, so...
Yeah, you treat me with some respect.
Yeah.
When in reality, Tarantino has to be like, well, no, you're going to play Bill's brother, because...
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing here?
Very good in Kill Bill.
Amazing Kill Bill. It's one of my favourites, Kill Bill. It's the line when he says, well, the truth is, she deserves to live. And we deserve to die.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, I'm not going to fucking have it. It's very much, that is his character. That's how you sum that up, that line, I think.
Uma Thurman.
Oh, them feet, man.
Of course, Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill.
Yes.
And My Super Ex-Girlfriend.
One of Tarantino's best movies.
Kurt Russell is more of a new...
He is more new. He was in... What was it, Death Proof?
Hateful
Eight, yeah.
And now Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I think Kurt Russell is definitely a man that loves Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, of course he does.
Do you know what I mean?
He loves it.
Leonardo DiCaprio, he's
another new one, but a very good one by the looks of it.
And also, that was Scorsese's boy for
a long time. They're swapping about.
Yeah.
Tell them all your favourite scene in the trailer so far.
Oh, in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, this is going to apply to nobody apart from me and you.
Yeah. But they'll love it.
But
because they're going to go look now.
There's a little scene in the trailer, both trailers of the thing, where Leonardo DiCaprio is doing a little dance on like a 60s TV set. And just looks like he's having the best fun ever.
2 go-go girls behind him.
2 go-go girls, and it just looks like...
It lasts, I think, about 2 seconds, 3 seconds?
Not long.
But you have...
1 second.
If you look for it, you'll not regret it.
It's, what I like to say, cinematic gold. Because I could print that out and put it on my wall and look at it every day and still
just that
appreciate
face of him going... Not that you can see the face, because it's a podcast.
Brad Pitt.
Another newish one, although was in True Romance.
Yes.
Now, again, as we pointed out earlier, he does not direct it, but he did write it.
Yeah.
So, some have argued it is a Tarantino film.
It is very Tarantino-esque.
But I don't think it is.
No.
But although, again, in saying that, here's a little thing, because his character, Brad Pitt's character in Glorious Bastards, Lieutenant Aldo the Apache, amazing character. I don't know how he has the right to do this.
Yeah.
Just because he wrote it, maybe. But he has stated that. Now what's the character name from True Romance?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. But Brad Pitt's character from True Romance is a descendant of his character from
Inglourious Basterds.
And that's another thing we will talk about is this universe. It is like a universe that he's created.
Yeah.
For his characters.
Yeah. Zoe Bell.
God love her.
Played the stunt woman for Uma Thurman in Kill Bill 1 and 2.
And she, you'll know her from Django. She's the weird bitch with the mask, who you think, like the bandana, sorry, and you think she's really important.
Not really.
No, not
really. She was in Kill Bill, obviously a stunt woman. Death Proof, she shows off a lot of her stunt woman's skills, but plays an actual character. Inglourious Basterds, I don't think.
Unless she played a stunt woman for Diane Kruger.
She could have.
She very well could have. But
Django, like you said, Hateful Eight. She plays
6 Horse Judy,
and she is in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
She's definitely recurring,
which is interesting because that is a movie about a stuntman.
Yeah, so I'm sure she'll have a lot of hand in. I'd actually say she'd have a good hand in choreographing.
100%.
You know what I mean?
And of course, the big man himself, Christoph Waltz.
Oh, Christoph Waltz again. Not so much, but I feel like. You take the 2 that he has done, and it will outweigh a lot of the ones he has collaborated with.
That's a bingo.
Is that how you say it? Is that a bingo? We just say bingo. Bingo, I love it.
Bingo.
I mean, let's look. He played. What was his character's name in Inglourious Basterds?
Oh, I don't know.
I cannot remember.
Hugo
No, you're thinking of Hugo Stiglitz.
Stiglitz.
That was played by Till Schweiger.
Yeah, that does a great role. I don't know, but I do know that he plays Dr. Schultz.
Dr. King Schultz. His name was King.
Schultz.
He had a horse on the countryside. I saw him ride.
Yes.
He had a gun. I knew him well. Al could sing the song for age. But no, again, newish generation. Christoph Waltz was his name. I don't know why that came out. I thought that was the name of the character.
Hans Landa.
Lieutenant Hans Landa.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sergeant or Captain, whatever. But no, I see. I feel like there's a different generation with regards to Tarantino movies. Do you not think it goes very much? It's like it literally split between like the 90s to the early 2000s until now.
Well, that's the thing. Everything based before Kill Bill was very much true to life. Not serious, but because Tarantino also has a dark sense of humor.
Believable.
Believable movies where it's actual humans doing these things rather than movie stars starring in a movie.
Yeah, and then Kill Bill hit.
Kill Bill hit, and he took more of his
zaniness, his wackiness.
His influences became more apparent. So you have stuff like Kill Bill, where it's like Japanese inspired, Chinese inspired. You have anime sections in that movie.
You take flipping Django and Hateful Eight, very much spaghetti western inspired.
Spaghetti westerns.
I mean, he loves Sergio Leone.
Yes. Death Proof was part of the Grindhouse double feature.
Yeah,
and
with Robert Rodriguez.
He loved Grindhouse movies from the 60s and 70s.
Day ones when he was born.
I could do a whole podcast on the Grindhouse, Cannibal Holocaust, fucking She-Wolf of the SS, all these old shit 60s horror movies.
Love it though.
We'll do it one day.
One day, mate. One day.
But yeah, and
it does take a bit of a. There is like if you could split the Tarantino movies up, not just age-wise, but also in believability.
Yeah, because if you take the I just shot Marvin in the head.
No, that's fucking funny.
If you take that from Pulp Fiction and compare it to the last gunfight in Django, where it sounds like bombs are going off.
Yeah, and or that they have the classic pistol shot. You know the shot sound.
Yeah,
as it like shoots through the different layers of the house.
Yeah,
all good scenes, both the Marvin and one and that. But there is a difference in them.
Yeah,
like it goes from I think that's why the Marvin in the head thing is so funny. Mm-hmm. Would you think it's meant to be?
Yes,
I think it is too.
Because that whole section, we have already met those characters.
Yeah, true.
And the movie starts with Tim Roth in a fucking.
Is that how it starts?
Tim Roth and that lady talking.
Nobody fucking move!
I'll blow your fucking head off. It starts with that, and then ding, 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 and then it starts with Jungle Boogie playing, and Devin's talking about fucking a Royale with cheese.
Yeah, you're right. That's right.
And then it goes from Devin's talking mundane shit into right. Let's get in the role, and they go and interrogate pretty much.
Yeah, no, you're fair with that.
Say what again, motherfucker?
I double dare you, motherfucker.
Yeah, it goes from that till we leave them for a bit, and then when we come back, it's a continuation from that story.
Yeah, but they've got Marvin, who was the. I think at this point, I mean, because I don't know if it's really. I suppose it is confirmed. Like he was in Marvin, played by Phil Lamar, great actor.
Uh-huh.
He was the informant for that scene.
Yeah, he was in on it.
Yeah. And then they're having an argument. I don't know what the argument's about, actually, to be fair.
I can't remember.
All I remember is John Travolta turning around going, man, you gotta have an opinion. And then as he's sitting there and he's got the pistol in hand, and I think he hits a speed bump or something.
Speed bump.
And he blows his fucking head off.
Yeah.
And then the way it turned out is, oh man, I shot Marvin in the face. It make anyone laugh. It's so funny.
Because even that bit, we'll get to Pulp Fiction in a bit, but even that bit when they go into the bathroom of Jimmy's house, played by Quentin Tarantino, and he's drying his hands, and Samuel L. Jackson is like, did you wash your motherfucking hands? And he goes, you seen me wash them? He says, I seen you get them wet. I didn't see you wash them.
Oh, I love it.
I think about that scene maybe every day of my life.
It's so funny though.
I think about it every time I wash my hands.
I seen you wet them. But no, I've just finished up on that point. That is, I mean, there is a clear change in his directing style from the realm of believability
to insanity.
It's not quite insanity. It's more just like over the top Hollywood banter. Like, I mean, anyone who's seen Django will know the scene, and everyone's talked about it when he shoots Calvin's sister, and she just flies off the screen in the wrong direction.
I think it might be a little battle with the MPAA. Because Tarantino has been very vocal. If you look on YouTube, he's very vocal in having arguments with people about how bloody and violent his movies are.
Yeah.
Especially Kill Bill. There's a famous clip
all.
online of him getting shouted by some fat woman.
Yep, seen it. Love it. That's what I'm saying.
And by the time it comes to like stuff like Django and Inglourious Basterds and stuff, I think maybe his rationale is, if I make it so over the top, you can't complain how violent it is because it's just not real.
Yeah, it's like go hard or go home.
Yeah.
You either do the bloodshed that was in Kill Bill, which was almost over the top. That is where that's where he sort of started switching directorial styles and was like, right, I'm gonna go make 100. Was it Crazy 88? But it wasn't really 88, was it?
No.
Was there more or less? I can never remember.
I think it was less.
Anyway,
I don't know because there's a group of them and then more come on heads.
It's talked about in the movie, but anyway, like she's sitting fighting, and then plucks an eye out.
Yeah.
But and it's in black and white.
Yeah.
Again, but oh no, but you don't want to do that. Chocolate syrup nonsense, fucking not for taste crap.
Yeah.
No, he did that just for those are there. He did it to be artsy.
Yeah.
That wasn't because he's like, oh, I don't want to get shouted at. No, he did it to be artsy.
Yeah.
References and whatnot. But anyway, my point is that is around about the time where he's like, right, because I mean, as you say, I don't know her name. It's been that long since I've seen it, but he does get into a massive argument about this.
I can remember it
with an old fat bitch who is just like, it's so bloody. Well, how can you get away with this? And then I think after that he was like, fucking watch.
Because his argument is, I think her name's Carol. He's like, it's a movie, Carol.
Yeah,
like, fucking...
that sounds so familiar. I mean, even because Inglourious Basterds wasn't too bad. Bad enough though.
Until the end.
Until the end, when it just took the fucking piss.
He's just shooting the face off.
I know, but that's not in a lot of the DVD versions, you know.
Really?
They cut that out because every time I watch a DVD, I look for that. It's my favourite scene.
Because they destroy his face.
Yes, his face just gets blown to bits, but they cut. It's just, fucking Elon Musk. They cut that out.
I think it's more of a, because if you take a look at like Inglourious Basterds, Django, and Hateful Eight, it's an escalation in violence.
Oh yeah.
Because Django at the start, the most like the bloodiest thing to start of is when he shoots the horse.
Yeah.
And the big fountain of blood. But whenever he kills the Brittle brothers.
Yeah, that's
on the farm, very subtle and very artfully done, because when
on the cotton.
When the blood hits the cotton, it's like, oh, it's a metaphor or whatever.
Yeah.
Then when you fast forward to obviously Candyland and all the fights, then
it kicks off.
It's over the top. Same with Hateful Eight. It's at the start. There's no real violence. The only person that gets shot is Bruce Dern.
I think. Well, no. To be fair, who is it that dies first? No. It is Bruce Dern. Bruce Dern because then fucking Kurt Russell and OB drink the coffee.
Yeah, Bruce Dern gets shot, and then they take the intermission. Yeah,
in which. What do you call it? Gets explained by Tarantino. God love him.
Yeah, Tarantino. Yeah.
He interjects his own fucking opinions and narratives, and again, like it or not, it's an interesting thing he does, and it opens up the second act really.
Yeah.
Where it's like, who poisoned the coffee, and then it gets into the whole detective, who did it, who done it kind of thing, you know, like Clue. It was
Tim Curry special. Well, I think before we get into the individual movies, we will talk about the dialogue.
It is one of the finest parts about a Tarantino movie.
Yeah, and it's the dialogue. It's the meaningless dialogue
that you remember the most.
That you remember the most. It's the "like a virgin" speech from Reservoir Dogs. Yeah. It's the "that's a tasty bug."
It's the Steve Buscemi saying, "Why am I Mr. Pink?"
Yeah. Even Inglourious Basterds, when they're playing, I don't even know what to call that game. 20 guesses or whatever it is. Do we put the name on here? It's a guess.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's a Cluedo. No, Cluedo. It's like Guess Who. Sorry, I meant to say. Yeah. It's like Guess Who. Like you write out your name, and then you shuffle them and give them out, and then you have to try and... It's like, it is 20 questions, I'm pretty sure, because it's like, who am I, you know?
Yeah.
They play 20 questions. But, like, that scene, and I could not remember the name. He was in Salt. That guy.
Oh, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, she's great in that scene. But the one, or
Who are you
there's,
talking about, the Nazi that joins them?
yeah, I don't know his name. And then fucking Fassbender.
Yes.
And Til Schweiger, Dan Kruger, that whole scene.
Fassbender given the wrong 3.
Always, that is so memorable.
We'll get to that when
We'll get to that.
But let's start with his first movie, which
Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs. It is, of course, Reservoir Dogs.
Face! Put the gun down! Here are your names. Mr. White, Mr. Blonde, Mr. Pink.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Who cares what your name is?
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. You're Mr. White. You have a cool-sounding name.
Let's go to work.
Well, I don't know why I came here tonight. I got the feeling that something ain't right.
What happens if the manager won't give you the diamonds?
Cut off one of his fingers. The little one.
I feel scared in case I fall off the chair. And I'm wondering how I'll get down the stairs.
If they hadn't done what I told them not to do, they'd still be alive.
It's so hard to keep this smile.
Reservoir Dogs is the movie that shot Quentin Tarantino to fame, pretty much.
Literally catapulted him.
Yeah.
Into stardom.
Pretty strange.
Hey man, actually most of the cast.
Most of the cast, yeah, because like you have up and comers in it at the time, which is weird to say because it's people like Steve Buscemi,
Yeah.
and Tim Roth, and then you had old school actors like
Could not remember that fucker's name.
the
Da.
Ed. Is
Yeah.
that what you call?
I think so, yeah.
And then you had Sean Penn. No, wait,
No, Sean.
Chris Penn.
Chris Penn.
It's Sean Penn's brother.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Chris Penn.
Is he dead?
He is dead. Yeah, he died. He died not long after.
Is he the same one who's in the start of Rush Hour 1?
Yes.
I like him.
He's also in Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
He is, yeah.
I love him in Reservoir Dogs. He's like, "Don't you point that gun at my
I
dad!"
love that. No, because it is a very vulnerable moment for him.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to be this big, hard gangster, and then his dad's always like, "Don't you point that gun at my dad!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a movie about 6 men who
Is it 6? It is 6. No. Yes, 6.
6 men who tried to pull off a jewel heist, and one of them gets fatally injured, and it turns out that one of them is a mole for the LAPD.
He said Mo, I love that.
Yeah.
That's nice way to use the lingo.
Now, Tarantino's come under some slack over the years because this movie is a blatant rip-off of a Chinese movie called City on Fire.
Now, I could remember. I'm going to just read out from memory, and you tell me if it sounds like Reservoir Dogs.
Uh-huh.
A group of criminals undergo a daring heist,
Yeah.
but one of them is an undercover agent, and after one of them gets injured, a shootout in a little small area has to occur until everyone's unmasked.
Oh, you talking about Reservoir Dogs?
Oh, I am, mate, yeah. So, was I meant to do City of Fire? Oh, wait.
They are quite similar, and the whole Mexican standoff scenes
The Chinese, mate.
are quite similar. But the thing that makes this so Tarantino is the dialogue.
It is, and especially the build-up. Okay, do you want to know what's my favourite scene in Reservoir Dogs? Mm-hmm. It's when he's being taught to lie.
Oh,
Do you remember with
Tim
the
Roth?
Yeah, now Tim Roth, I would say he's the main character.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the main.
He plays Mr. Orange.
Mr. Orange, a young Tim Roth, I will say.
Yeah.
Abomination in his day, you know. And he's being for this because he's the mole, the undercover agent, and he's being taught to lie. Mm-hmm. But like lie well.
Yeah.
And one of the things it's actually helped me like rape. It's like remember details. Mm-hmm. I love that scene when he's because I think what is it? He's being told.
He's been told that.
Oh, he's telling, I should say.
Yeah, he's telling a story to Harvey Keitel's character, and
it's about being caught in the bathroom by police or something, and a police dog.
He walks into a bathroom and he's got drugs in his pocket, like loads of cocaine in his pocket, and there's 4 police officers and 2 sniffer dogs in the bathroom, and he's like, "This is the most fucking tense moment of my life," or whatever.
Yeah,
and
and then he's like, Keitel's like just giving it, like he's telling him how. And I love that.
Yeah,
because the one details for you folks out there trying to be liars, details.
Because this is very much Tim Roth's character trying to relate to Harvey Keitel and
to gain his trust,
and it's obviously not a story that's hilarious.
No, it's just it's like a big balls story that a gangster would say. Like a mobster would say. It's like, oh yeah, I had all this cocaine in my pocket and I ran into all these police officers.
And it's obvious, he didn't lie. He didn't make a story where it was like, oh, I was in a shootout with fucking...
It wasn't unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know, and that's... For me, that's one of my favourite scenes in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I mean, you have the stand-up itself,
mm-hmm.
which is, as far as stand-ups go, grand.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen a better stand-up here and there.
Well, you have scenes like Mr. Blonde torturing the police officer.
Yeah.
You have the like a virgin speech at the start, and Steve Buscemi's character not wanting to give a tip.
Yeah.
With fucking I got Madonna's big dick in one ear and Jackie Chan in my other. Lots and lots of great scenes, and as well, this is a film that establishes a non-linear style,
which is where all that shit fucking started.
Yeah, because this is like early 90s indie.
92 was
92, so this is within the same era, because Miramax, within the same era, was like Kevin Smith starting, Robert Rodriguez making a movie for $7,000, Kevin Smith making a movie in a shop he works in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Quentin Tarantino was very much the big boy of them three for the
which is saying a lot, because it was, I know he wrote for True Romance, but this is his first directorial movie.
Yeah.
That's, to be honest, a lot riding on him.
Yeah.
You know, like, because if he fucked up even just an aspect of this, that it made it unlikable to enough people, we would not see any of the movies he's done.
And there is a way to fuck this up, because after Reservoir Dogs was released, the amount of Reservoir Dog knockoffs and crime movies in the 90s that wanted to make a similar Tarantino-esque style all failed.
Yeah, and that's the thing about the movie as well. It had, I don't know about you, you've seen merch for it.
Yes.
It had such a good style to it. It was very cool, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it sort of brought into style suits again, I think, almost.
I think so. It's very much one of those... I don't really know how to describe it, but there is a very Japanese, Chinese movie-esque style that is a man in a black suit with a white shirt and a black tie.
And blacked out glasses.
Blacked out glasses. It's a style that went from, like, hard-boiled, like chow yun fat and stuff.
And it like, I think that was almost, it was like, that was its break into America, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you think about any movie like that before, characters like that are usually seen as antagonists.
Yes.
This is the movie, it's almost like where the agent got his starring role.
Yeah.
You think about it,
yeah.
Like, let's look at, like, I mean, it kind of almost, I would say this is a bit of a rough one, almost paved the way for movies with the same style of, I mean, like, of general character look, like Men in Black.
Yeah.
Blacked out characters, black sunglasses, you know, it made that cool.
Well, you could link Reservoir Dogs and John Wick.
Yeah, like I feel like to be about, like, if you look at movies before that, like action movies before that, let's look at this, you get Die Hard, Lethal Weapon, that kind of thing. All of these police officers kind of guys, and they're, what are they all wearing? White. Usually white, like a white tank top or like blue wash jeans. This is the first movie that really brought the black suit. And again, it's just colour palette as well.
It's a visual contrast of it.
Comparing to the white, like, tank top of, let's say, Bruce Willis in Die Hard to the all black suit. Because as well, like, look at Hans Gruber.
Yeah.
You know, it's switched the dynamic to having a black suit being not seen as an ominous thing, but as a really cool thing. Like, oh wow, he's so shady and awesome. They always, you know, they have the fags in their mouth. Fags, cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. You got to be careful for that. They have the cigarettes in their hands. You know, they're just walking through, looking cool. I think that's done a lot for that.
This is because you look at them. They're black and white characters.
Yeah.
Morally, wearing black and white suits,
which is a good segue into the next movie, Pulp Fiction. Because what are they wearing in that movie?
They wear black and white suits as well.
Black and white suits, black and white people as well.
Exactly.
See, the racial integration, we're doing well, boys.
But on terms of Reservoir Dogs, this sets a staple, and it's probably in my higher tier of Reservoir.
You think so?
Of
Reservoir Dog movies?
Quentin Tarantino. It's probably the best Reservoir Dog movie they have. In terms of Quentin Tarantino, he got better from this.
Yeah.
But you could watch any other movie from him and then watch this and go, that's a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing about this. See, if you watch this, you will instantly pick out a Quentin Tarantino movie from a crowd.
Yeah.
This is like it's set alone. It's like it's in a league of its own, really.
Yeah, and it's use of music, like not unpopular songs, but songs that weren't just top 40 hits.
Yeah, this was like catchy songs that fit the scene. Like it's major use, and if you've seen the trailer, you'll know too. Steelers Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You, which is, by the way, a great song.
A great song.
But, and I remember, because I read this, okay, this is a bit out of context. Song actually wasn't that well received initially, because do you know who Jerry Rafferty is?
He is the guy that plays the saxophone.
Yeah, Baker Street.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the big. Actually, he didn't play the saxophone.
Exactly.
Fun fact again, I'm switching all over the place. Guy who plays saxophone got paid £5. There you go, enough of that. Back to that. That song wasn't really that well received because initially Jerry Rafferty wasn't in it.
Uh-huh.
He was part of Steelers Wheel. But anyway, so that song wasn't a major hit.
Yeah.
But he brought it back, and then it almost like, it's like, you know, when you, it's like a Bohemian Rhapsody, for example. Mm-hmm. Brought all these Queen songs back into the public eye, and I've heard them on the radio all the fucking time now.
Yeah.
Like, that's all I hear. It's kind of what it did with that at the time. It brought it back, and that's how I know about Steelers Wheel. Mm-hmm. That's how I know about Stuck in the Middle, because and since then it's a good song, but
it's notorious with that scene.
And it was very notorious with the scene, but you wouldn't know about it if he didn't use it.
Yeah.
You know, this movie had such a reaching impact, it took anything that it touched up with it.
Well, it's the same with Little Green Bag, the song that plays at the start when they're
yes.
slow-mo walking like towards or away the camera or whatever, and that moment and that song pretty much became a center of, if you were going to reference Reservoir Dogs,
that's what you do. Start with that.
You play that song and walk in slow motion, and that's you've made it, because there is a scene in in season 8 of Red Dwarf where they walk down a hallway to that song in slow motion, and it's like unneeded, but
still appreciated.
But yeah, and we'll get to other songs that are notorious, especially in the next movie.
Oh, we will definitely.
But speaking of the next movie, let's get to Pulp Fiction.
Miramax Films is proud to present one of the most celebrated motion pictures of the year. The winner of the 1994 Palme d'Or, the best picture of the Cannes Film Festival.
Come on, let's get in character.
I'm so interested in Big Man's life. Well, he's going out of town, Florida, and he asked me if I take care of her while he's gone.
Take care?
No, man. Just show her a good time, make sure she don't get lonely. Girl, you see, this is a moral test of oneself.
I do believe Marcellus, my husband, your boss, told you to take me out and do whatever I wanted.
Pulp Fiction is amazing.
It's probably his best known movie.
Yes, I would say so.
I would say it is, because I mean, I don't really, I know why, but like, he has come out with better movies since then.
Yeah.
Like, let's be real, in the grand scheme of Tarantino movies, that is not his best movie. It's just his most well known, I think.
It's not his best movie, but I will say it is a perfect movie.
Oh, it's a very, very good movie. It is on point. Good ensemble cast. I love an ensemble cast. I mean, that's who have we got? We've got John Travolta,
who he brought back from
the dead,
pretty much, because he was making Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking Now baby movies. His career was dead in the water,
and he brought that back. He shot, I'm trying to think of a good example. If Samuel L. Jackson was a baby and I was Dave Bautista, I would have punted that. Like, he get punted across the room into stardom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, okay. What has he done before that? He was in Coming to America.
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not Dave Bautista.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson was a Spike Lee regular.
Yeah.
So he was in like Do the Right Thing and
Standard, just
Jungle Fever.
But this movie really, it made
Samuel L. Jackson what he is today.
And that is,
when someone references Samuel L. Jackson, they say the word motherfucker.
And this movie is where that motherfucking came from.
Yeah.
You know, like, but that's the thing about it as well. Could anyone else have done that?
No.
Did it need to be Samuel L. Jackson? His delivery, I think, is why motherfucker sounds so good.
Yeah.
It's like, say what again, motherfucker. Did they say motherfucker then?
Yes.
Say what again?
I dare you. I dare you,
motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time. I mean, if you look, how many? 1994. That was 25 years before Captain Marvel. No, 20. Let's go 23 years maybe before Infinity War.
Okay.
And at the very end of Infinity War, what happens?
He says, motherfucker.
And then he dies. But he doesn't die, he evaporates. But like, that's how much of an impact. He has all that to thank for Quentin.
Well, in Captain America, the Winter Soldier, when Nick Fury quote-unquote dies, there is a gravestone for him, and the quote on the gravestone is the Ezekiel 25:17.
Is it really?
Quote from Pulp Fiction.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Of course it is. Fuck's sake. And that's another thing. Like, that whole speech, it's like we were saying about how you'd know. He's a fan of dramatic scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Quentin, if you look at Reservoir Dogs, for example, this is bringing it back, the standoffs, I should say.
Yeah.
This scene has a couple of them. This is probably the most famous one. It is the most famous one. It's when he's speaking to, no, I could not tell you the name of that guy.
The guy who has the briefcase.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And he starts spouting a Bible. What is it, Ezekiel what?
25:17.
Even though it's not really.
It's not really.
He didn't do his research for that one.
It's not from that. It's not actually from the Bible.
Yeah.
It's from another movie that Tarantino ripped off that speech from.
But he didn't even rip it off though. I thought it was brought to him.
No, ripped it off.
Oh, he did it? Well, there you go.
Yeah.
It still fits, and people will still quote it to this day.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I couldn't quote the whole thing.
No.
But it's like, for you know that I am the Lord.
Yeah.
Is it the law or Lord or law?
Lord.
But that is one of the it's just the dramatic delivery of all that stuff compared with the story. It's a good story, and that's it's probably his worst movie for having a non-linear story.
Yeah.
Because it will go back and forth between characters dying and living.
It's a movie you need to watch a few times to realise what order it goes in.
Yeah, because there is a defining order for it. It's just you have to figure it out. It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
It's Bruce Willis's story, then Samuel Jackson and Travolta going to Marvin's house.
Yeah, then it's
them two shooting Marvin in the head.
Yeah.
Then it's
going to
the cafe.
No, we'll go into Tarantino's.
Yes,
going to the cafe. You know,
going to the cafe.
And then Pulp Fiction. Jules
then
fucks off.
Yes,
like he just leaves.
And Bruce Willis shoots Jules.
No, he doesn't shoot Jules.
He shoots Vincent Vega, who in the universe of Tarantino was the brother of Michael Madsen's character, because he was also called Vega.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Because they were going to make a movie called The Vega Brothers, which was going to be
the Vega Boys,
which was going to be Travolta and Michael Madsen.
I don't think they'd have gone on.
No, they wouldn't.
No, they would not have gone on.
No,
there's a reason it's not made.
No, exactly. But who else have you got? You got Uma Thurman.
That was before. I think that was the first one. No. That does come after. That comes after Jules leaves, because they talk about it on the way up. It's like, yeah, I gotta go and take care of Mia Wallace.
Yeah.
And that's why the whole foot rub thing comes on again.
Fate. Yeah.
And then there's another thing. I can't remember.
I don't know. But Uma Thurman also stars in the movie.
Yeah.
As Mia Wallace.
And hey, again, another movie. Now, tell me if you agree with this thought process. It catapulted her to stardom.
Yeah.
But only in Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck else has she done?
Batman and Robin.
Oh. Oh, bad taste in my mouth. As Poison Ivy.
Yeah, Poison Ivy. Don't I mean she never really became a leading actress.
Well, hold on.
Yes,
Have you ever seen My Super Ex-Girlfriend?
of course I've
With
seen.
Luke Wilson and Eddie Izzard.
And Rian Wilson.
Yeah.
See that as
Ray
well?
Wilson, yep.
Yeah, part of the Wilson brothers. Who else have we got? Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames plays Marcellus Wallace, and again, he definitely catapulted him. I think that's all the movie that sort of started his tough guy
Yeah,
persona as big bad fucking Marcellus. You know, because I mean, let's look at what he's done since then. He's done not Rush Hour. My God, wrong one. Mission Impossible.
yes, Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible. He did Dawn of the Dead,
Yep.
which is basically a leading role for him.
He did Piranha
Did he really?
and Piranha 3 Double D.
Fuck off. Like Ving Rhames is you'd mix him up with Michael Clark Duncan because he's so big
Yeah,
and he's hard as fuck.
yeah.
And you know that's from that movie. But let's also look. He also had Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Didn't really make him, but didn't hinder him either.
It was after Die Hard, and this was very much. This easily could have been Bruce Willis was the main star.
Easily, technically speaking, it began with him. Like technically, chronologically, it began
Yeah.
with him. But like, of course, it's the way the fucking order was.
Yeah.
It fucked it around.
Tim Roth returns.
I feel like that was more of a favour for Tim Roth.
Yeah,
Because he was like, okay, look, I'll be in your Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put me in your next one.
because what do you call Tim Roth's character? Is it Honey Bunny? Or is that what you call his wife?
She's Honey Bunny. I think, is he Pumpkin?
He might be Pumpkin, yeah.
No, because she's like, I love you, Pumpkin. No,
That-
he says that to her, doesn't he?
Yeah,
So, I love you, Pumpkin, so he must be Honey Bunny.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who else have we got?
Eric Stoltz.
Eric Stoltz, of course. Famous for
Not being in Back to the
Back to the
Future.
Future and Rocky Dennis. And Christopher Walken.
This is what we were talking about for a dialogue that doesn't need to be memorable, but it is.
Doesn't he need to be in the movie?
No, that entire scene could have just been a quick, here you go.
Yeah.
But no, that is one of the most memorable Christopher Walken performances.
And one of the most bizarre.
Oh,
A story about a war veteran returning
to America from Korea
or Vietnam.
Vietnam.
Returning a watch that Bruce Willis's father owned
To the sun.
to the son, and Christopher Walken's character was able to return this watch
By hiding it up his ass.
up my ass.
So I had this watch 4 years on my ass.
You know, I got this watch up my ass.
It was your birthright. I'm not going to let some go get his greasy little hands on it. Him quoting, not me.
Exactly. And also that Marie, French girl, blueberry pancakes.
Now, I'll tell you who's a memorable character. So didn't need to be. And it's also fate. The cab driver
Yes.
that drove Bruce Willis after the fight, after he bailed.
Yeah. That's a really great scene.
Isn't it a good scene?
That is a really good
That's a
scene.
good scene. Here's another good scene. Made an actor. The actor for Zed.
Oh,
Could not tell you his name. He was in The Mask.
yes, I do know who he played Billy in The Mask.
The bad guy, really.
The bad guy in The Mask.
Yeah. But he played Zed in the movie.
Zed's dead, baby.
Zed's dead.
Zed's dead.
I'm gonna get medieval on your ass. I'm gonna get a couple of pint-hitting bitches, right?
Well, Pulp Fiction soundtrack.
Oh, amazing.
Um,
Oh, hang on. We didn't talk about Winston Wolfe.
Winston Wolfe.
Winston Wolfe.
The Harvey Keitel himself.
And the Tarantino role.
Tarantino playing Jimmy.
Jimmy, who had dead N-word storage in
Yeah.
the front of his house.
We can't actually quote Jimmy's lines because
Can we? I'm too scared now.
it's very racist.
Social backlash come
Yeah.
at me.
But he says the N-word a lot of times, and
The whole movie. Terrible. That's... We'll go into that later. We'll go into that later.
well, yeah, we'll get into that when we get into Django. But
Yeah.
it's very much been a staple of Tarantino's movies that he can use language like the N-word.
Well, because Samuel L. Jackson gave him the N-word pass.
I know, but people like Spike Lee,
Hate it.
yeah,
They hate it. Now, fuck, we might as well get into it now. Django was terrible for having that word.
Yeah.
So much so that I think Steve McQueen also shouted out a bit of backlash at it.
From The Great Escape.
From The Great Escape. Because he got on his motorcycle.
Steve McQueen, director of
Shame
and
Hunger.
Widows. He directed Widows.
Well, it did not go over well racially with critics.
Mm-hmm.
So, Spike Lee's... Did he do a movie in retaliation to that?
Was it Chirac?
Probably. No, it was.
Yeah.
He did Chirac. Steve McQueen did 12 Years a Slave.
Yes.
Sort of as a way of like, see, you can do a movie in the time period of Django and not abuse the N-word.
Yeah.
Even though historically it's more than likely it was.
Tarantino was making a exploitation version of slavery in the United States, and they didn't see that as culturally appropriate.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, it was a black empowerment movie.
Django?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. The amount of black people that think Django is, like, not even just black people, like me and you.
Yeah, people
love Django because it's like, fuck yeah.
Because he's a badass. Like, he starts off as a slave and rise, like, him at the end when he's wearing Calvin Candy's suit.
Yeah.
The glasses. He's got the 6-shooters.
Yeah.
You know, it's incredible. It's literally rags to riches.
And you get a lot of sites like What Culture or YouTube channels being like, after the movie ends, the hero probably dies because Django would have to escape Candyland.
It's like, well, everyone's dead.
I know.
And he's like, plus that's the thing, he has his freedom papers.
Exactly.
And they have their freedom papers.
And you could have easily went and made more Django sequels.
Oh, easily. 100% easily.
That were just, because you had Django, we'll get into this when we get to Django, but you have Django, what was it called? Django Goes to Africa? Is that what you call the old Django movie?
There's Django, there was
Django Returns or Django's Revenge?
Django, something like that, because they're based on, see, this is post-Civil War, I think.
Yes.
No, sorry. No, wrong. This is pre-Civil War. The original Django's post-Civil War.
Okay.
Because he has his uniform.
Yes.
So there's a whole shitload of stuff to do.
Yeah, because there was a Django exploitation movies in the 70s.
Yeah, by Franco Nero, who makes a lovely cameo in this movie, where he plays the leader of the what's it called? I can never remember the name of the hotel.
I don't know.
No, do you know what I mean?
The Continental.
The Continental, yeah.
No. I can't remember the name.
No, but he's just there and they're Mandingo fighting.
Yes.
He's against opponent Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
It's a nice cameo. They really went over the top with it, though. They really were like I mean, what is it he says? It's like, because I mean, if you look at the way Django's spelled, it's DJ.
Yeah, DJ
Ango, you know.
Yeah.
Get all the hits, DJ Ango. Funny. But he comes out and he's like, it's like, what is your name? Django. It's like, can you spell it? DJANGO.
The D silent.
I know. That's his whole cameo. It's like, you don't need that.
Yeah.
You do not need that.
Yeah.
A simple, like, him in the background, even something, you know, like a little interaction, not a whole, like, you know.
I think for people that don't know who that is,
because I did not know who that was.
Uh-huh.
I'd never even heard of Django before this movie.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm sure you must have.
Because I've watched a lot of shit exploitation 70s.
Yeah.
So whenever they're like Django Unchained, because I'm pretty sure Django Unleashed was another movie.
Probably.
Whenever they make Django Unchained, I was like, why is Quentin Tarantino remaking an old 70s?
Yeah.
I know why he's making an old 70s exploitation movie, because he made Grindhouse.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the Django movies, it's kind of like, what? Why? And why is Jamie Foxx playing him?
In fairness, though, like, and this, we'll say this, amazing movie.
Oh, incredible!
Incredible movie.
We'll get there when we get to.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
But that's
we're on Pulp Fiction, for God's sake. Jump with the gun a wee bit.
There's not much you can say about Pulp Fiction because everybody's seen it.
If you've talked about Reservoir Dogs, or vice versa with Pulp Fiction, you've talked about the other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're very similar, even in their style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
They're quite the same.
Yeah.
not so much with Jackie Brown. It takes a bit of it. Now, again, I know I haven't seen it, but I know a lot about it. This is the good thing about me. I don't need to see shit. But it takes a bit of a step away.
Well, let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to Jackie Brown.
Here we go.
If you had the chance to walk off with $500,000, would you take it?
Yeah. What do a stewardess, a gun runner, a bail bondsman, an ex-con, a federal agent, and a beach bunny have in common?
If you're gonna come in on this thing with me, you got to be prepared to go all the way.
They're all chasing $500,000 in cash.
It wouldn't even be missed.
$500,000 will always be missed.
Let him get the money and then just take it from him.
She trying to play your ass against me, huh?
Jackie Brown was Tarantino's first movie that wasn't based on something that he wrote. That he based on a book.
Oh, so you're right. Actually, I remember looking that up.
I can't remember who wrote it.
Jackie Brown, probably.
J.K. Rowling. I think.
All the cast is gay.
So it's a movie he's making that's not based on a property that he owns.
Now that is again, iffy territory. If more people knew, about it, the fact that no one knew about it, be honest. If you didn't, that's like him making that now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know there was a book or material called Jackie Brown?
Absolutely not. And it's not as if, like, if you go into a bookstore, do they have like covers to books that are look like the movie? If you go into a bookstore and go into the section, it's like, oh, movies based on books.
Jackie Brown is going to be one of them.
Yeah, it's not.
So it was a safe bet.
Yeah.
To start with that, I mean, I don't think he'll do it again, but I think it's good.
Yeah.
That he did this rather than something big, and then because then you'll always have critics who will say, "Oh, this was shit" compared to the book. Mm-hmm. Whereas I don't think anyone gives a shit about this. Not saying that they didn't give a shit about the movie, more so that they just didn't give a shit whether it was done.
Well, weirdly, Jackie Brown seems to be like the forgotten Tarantino movie.
Well, see, now that's the not counting up Death Proof. It's the only one I haven't seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've literally never seen it.
It's people talk about Tarantino. It is very much Pulp Fiction.
All the big ones.
Kill Bill.
Actually, I say all the big ones. Literally anyone but that.
Yeah, anyone but Jackie Brown. Yeah. And Jackie Brown stars Pam Grier, who was a 70s blaxploitation icon.
Yeah.
Pretty much, she was the big get.
The big shocker. Like.
So the fact that Tarantino is working with Pam Grier is very much him being like, I get to play with the fucking tools in the toolbox.
Do what I want now. He also brings, but that's the thing. Like he also brings back Sam Jackson in it.
Uh-huh.
Still not quite well known. Of course, that movie. Pulp Fiction, helped. It definitely made him more well known, but he wasn't quite grounded yet within Hollywood, I think.
Well, Pulp Fiction came out the same year as Jurassic Park.
But that wasn't that big of a role, though, man.
Yeah, exactly. And by the time this came out, I think it was 98, maybe, or 97.
It was early. No, it's the mid to late, so it would have been about 97. Right?
I think it was 97. You have Samuel L. Jackson as the villain. Still not a massive role. Yeah. Like, he's not front and center. Nobody's going, you know what's my favourite Samuel L. Jackson movie?
Jackie Brown. Yeah.
Because everybody says the Hitman's Bodyguard. You have people like De Niro in it.
I guess small role.
A very, very small role. I almost think that it was just De Niro wanting to work with Tarantino rather than
not jump in the pool though. Dip his toe in.
Just dip his toe in because what do you call him?
Who?
De Niro.
You alright, David?
So many names. De Niro in this movie hardly talks. I almost think all of his lines are in the trailer for Jackie Brown.
Yeah.
Who else have we got? Keaton.
I saw him in the trailer.
Michael Keaton, who was fresh off the set of Jack Frost.
Still had the snowman over it.
Bridget Fonda. Not Bridget Fonda.
No, it is Bridget.
Yeah, Bridget Fonda.
Yeah, Jane Fonda's ma.
Yeah, Bridget Fonda. A young Chris Tucker.
A very young Chris Tucker. Not quite Friday.
I think just about Friday.
Do you think so?
Yeah, just about.
Was Friday not 1990?
Nah, I think it was 97.
Either way, very close to it.
Yeah. But a strange movie. Jackie Brown, because it's still a crime thriller, but it's so slowed down. It's more Motown inspired
Then
Pulp
Pulp Fiction was very Pulp Fiction, as we've talked, and Reservoir Dogs, very central to big, it's a Hollywood movie.
Yeah,
It's it would take does it not? I'm pretty sure it takes place somewhere in the Hollywood Hills. Pulp Fiction especially.
Pulp Fiction does, and so does Reservoir Dogs. Yes,
it's very in big places. Jackie Brown, from what I can gather, it's very
it's
the hills of Hollywood kind of area. It's very background.
It's LA suburbs.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And very much the black suburbs of LA.
Yeah, which is why it's
it deals with bail bondsmen. Do you know what I mean?
It's not glamorous.
It's not cops and robbers.
Yeah,
it's the in between.
It's the in between, and con men.
Yeah,
it's not jewel heists or bank robbers. It's con men.
Pam Grier's Jackie Brown is a air hostess.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not a glamorous job.
Yeah, but I think
that's almost kind of a visual image for what her life should be, because air hostess, very authoritative, very high standard, the way they dress, but whenever she is not in it, she's very much her down.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
I think that's probably why the movie wasn't as known, or isn't as known even, I should say. It's not glamorous.
Yeah.
Look at any of the other ones. They're big, especially marketing is always a key factor as well. I literally had only seen the trailer for this about 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's hard to make a trailer from Jackie Brown because you don't have the big speeches.
There isn't enough there to really drag you in.
You don't have the shootouts.
Yeah.
You don't have the dance sequences like Pulp Fiction or drug sequences. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's very much, like I said, Motown, slow burn, characters interacting
with each other,
and especially the finale, because the finale, spoilers for Jackie Brown, but the finale for Jackie Brown is one central plot shown in 3 different perspectives, one after another, so it's not intercut.
Yeah,
it's played out full, then you return to the start from a different POV, play it in full, return to the start, play it in a different POV.
See, that's interesting.
And then you kind of have a bit of a wrap up after that of what has just happened and how that's affected the characters.
Well, see, there you go. That's what I'm saying. It's something like that doesn't hold my attention as much as the way something like Pulp Fiction would, where it's all the same event, and it's not even different perspectives of the same event. It's actually, they're not... Any event that happens, it's usually one perspective of an event that happens in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, let's say Bruce Willis flopping the game, or the match even.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear Jules and Vincent talking about that.
Yeah.
Or at least if they do, they mention it in passing. They don't go, do you hear about, Bruce Willis?
And even the scene of Ving Rhames getting raped in the basement.
Yeah.
The only ever reference to that again is brought before it even happens in the movie, that you see a cut on the back of Ving Rhames' neck.
Yeah.
With a plaster on it. That's the only time it's mentioned.
Only time it's mentioned, and so that is what. See, I would prefer that than seeing a repetition of an event, even through different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That doesn't hold my attention quite.
It took me twice to kind of realise what was happening in that scene.
Because it would, if that's not said to you outright,
yeah,
you would be like, "What the fuck's this?"
Yeah. And it is smart the way it is done. I assume they stick close to the book.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't know.
That's probably why it is slower, because it's the pace of a book rather than the pace
of a movie.
Pace of a movie.
Or a script that was written.
Yeah. But great songs in Jackie Brown.
Any Tarantino movie always
exactly, especially Across 108th Street, I think, is the main start song of
I wouldn't know what that is.
Jackie Brown.
I probably would know what to hear, but
it's fantastic, and the opening shots of Jackie Brown are her on a walkway in an airport, which is lifted straight from The Graduate, starring
Tootsie.
Dustin Hoffman. Ishtar, starring Dustin Hoffman. So he's obviously still filmmaking wise, lifting references for Jackie Brown,
Yeah.
which is a property that's not his,
But sure.
still wants to show flair because he's still showing his influences from like The Graduate, which is directed by Mike Nichols.
Yeah.
And this, he kind of has more room to move because it is so long. And
Is it a long movie?
It is quite a lot. It feels really long because
Pace of a book.
exactly.
There's nothing really exciting enough to make you think, God damn, I'm not, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, whenever something like a big movie, let's say Lord of the Rings, Battle of Helm's Deep,
Yeah.
big movie, big finale. I'm not sitting there checking my watch all the time, you know.
Yeah.
That's probably what makes it feel so long.
Yeah, and this, by the time it gets to the finale with the 3 perspectives and stuff,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, right, I'm ready for this to end.
Yeah,
And there is a little bit more, but everybody in the movie gives excellent performances. Apart from Bridget Fonda, she's a bit of a waif. But spoilers, Robert De Niro shoots her
all works out in the end, then, doesn't
and
it?
just leaves her on a car park, just dead on the floor.
Good.
Because she won't shut up.
Because she's annoying.
So he just shoots
That's
her.
them Fonda girls, though.
It
See
is.
that? I mean, I've seen Monster-in-Law.
Always getting themselves in trouble. But let's move on from Jackie Brown, and we'll get into Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2.
Yeah, I figure these are big movies, but may as well combine them into one.
Well, as Tarantino likes to call them, the whole bloody affair.
I love it.
So, Kill
Bill
Bill
1 and 2.
Not too long ago, I was quite the professional. My friends and I, we were the creme de la creme in an exclusive industry. And we all worked for this man, Bill. Then one day, I decided to leave, settle down, and start a new life. But when I tried to get out, they did me in. Don't you ever wake up. I guess they should have tried a little.
Kill Bill was Tarantino's dip of the toe into Japanese, Chinese
cultures,
martial arts movies. He wears his influences on his sleeve with this one because it's very much.
He's tattooed in his forehead, in this one.
And it's a big forehead. Like the whistling scene in.
See, I'll let you take you have all these references down, but you take
the whistling scene in Kill Bill Volume 1 of Daryl Hannah's character.
Again, you can even do it better than I can. There you go. Oh, he's going well. He's going. Good lad, lovely.
That scene is. This is such a weird reference.
Yeah.
That scene and the panels of seeing Uma Thurman in the hospital bed and Daryl Hammond walking down the hallway with the injection is lifted from a movie.
What movie, man?
Called Black Sunday, but not lifted from the actual movie, lifted from the trailer for the movie. You also get references to well, here's one. I'll let you take this.
Right.
I'm springing this on you.
I'll go for it.
Where does the idea of a team of 5 people?
A team of 5 people?
It's referenced in another Quentin Tarantino movie that Uma Thurman's character says she wanted to star in.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. So, in the Bible, Jesus Christ and his disciples. No. Now, you'll have to because it is referenced. And I know what you're talking about. It is
in Pulp Fiction.
It's about what's the name of the TV show? She says it is
Fox Force 5.
Fox Force 5. Referenced where she says her character had a sword. Mm-hmm. One of them was good at martial arts. One was good with knives.
One was good with knives. Yeah.
What was the other one? Guns.
Guns. Yeah. Each one had a skill.
Yeah. Now this was back in Pulp Fiction. This was referenced, which is a clear. It's almost like he watched that back one day. I was like, I'm gonna make a movie out of that scene.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a movie right out of that. So he took Fox Force 5 and he made it into Kill Bill.
Yes, Callum, that's correct. It is Kill Bill, and we'll get to more Kill Bill in next week's volume, Volume 2, because this is the end of Volume 1. Hi, I'm Adam Neeson, coming to you from the future. And I'm here to tell you that this is the end of this episode. Return next week for Volume 2, where we'll talk more about Kill Bill, Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, Hateful Eight, Django Unchained, and, of course, Tarantino's latest movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. All very exciting stuff. We've already recorded that episode, and I can tell you that it is excellent day. Full of stuff, history about sexploitation movies, blaxploitation movies, the Grindhouse era, great German cinema, and how much we love westerns, and how much Tarantino loves feet. We'll probably get more into that as well. But return next week. Like, share, subscribe. Hit us up at spitrosepod@gmail.com, spitrosepod at Twitter and Instagram. And we'll see you next week for more loving. Because as always,